Just finishing up here at First Line Training Center, watching the horses go. I watch Stay Close train. I'll watch Anchors Up train. A number of the horses going. This time of year is kind of a weird feel. You're right before Harrisburg. I'm trying to get all our ducks in a row, and then I'm left feeling like a waiter trying to clear a table and set a table at the same time, trying to see who needs to go out, who needs to come in, when they need to come in. And this year's a little trickier because we're theoretically at 3 places. We're still at Tamiko with 10 or 12 horses waiting for stalls up here at First Line, trying to get the horses. I'm very happy with the way, I'd said to Harry yesterday, it's actually quite easy to break the horses at Tamiko. A little trickier up here because there's so many people up here. The last thing you want to do is have a horse kick or fall down or act up on the track and it actually bother somebody else or hit somebody else. You don't want to see that. When we're at Tamiko, it's a wide open space. You go up the ramp. Even if the track had lots of horses on it, there was never really any concerns. But, that's what we're left at. Now, that begs the obvious question. Would it make more sense to break the babies? The 3 that we have down here. Now, Lonely Lakewood was already broke in Ohio. He's at Tamiko right now. And Mick Paisley and Great Bet are there and broke right now, both doing their jobs very, very well. Now the horses are doing well up here too. A lot more ditches and a lot more people up here. So you just got to be a little more careful. That's all. Not that we're not, but you really have to be on your toes. I wanted to make sure that Danny or James went with all the babies, or Johnny or somebody that isn't going to panic and get themselves in trouble. So as I said, I'm left. Lady All-Star, watched her jog today. Looked good, but feet are a little warm. Again, she's popped up in her back end, probably going through a little growth spurt. Do we need to race her those 2 more starts before we turn her out? Do we need to do vet work on her, give her time and race her, or should this time be spent in the field? I think the answer is pretty obvious to that. I think we'll just pull the plug and turn her out. Obviously, unfortunately, made that break. The only break she's made since she come back. I think maybe in a qualifier for James. First qualifier, I'm not sure. No, she got interfered with that day. The only break she's made in her life on her card was her start. If you watched her going into the turn in London, she kind of veered out. Just green, kind of looking at the gate, looking around, and lost her train of thought and lost her gate. First stride, made a break. It's unfortunate, but it happens. I think it's probably a good idea to turn her out. I don't want to be in there, injecting her knees to race 2 more times to turn her out. That makes no sense. So we'll just turn her out and give her the winter off, bring her back in, and hey, we're almost to November now, November, December. Bring her back January 1st probably and start her back up for the last week of December, depending on where everybody is. Obviously, it's Christmas season at that point. Hey, it's Christmas season right now. But at that point, everybody's in Christmas mode. So towards the end of the year, first part of January, we'll bring her back in. I think she'll be fine and ready to go. I was very interested to see a sibling of hers. I must have missed that. Her sibling, brother or sister, I'm not sure which it is in Harrisburg later in the sale. Now, I got done, speaking of Harrisburg, I got done looking at the catalog again last night, writing down my shorter list of horses I want to look at. And I did want to reach out to everybody and talk to them about what what we're doing at Harrisburg. Obviously, there's I haven't picked the phone up and specifically asked people, hey, Joe, Tim, Tom, Bob, Bill, are you interested in coming to Harrisburg? There's always those key players, those people but they played a major role in Lexington. Are they also going to play a major role in Harrisburg? I don't know. I have no idea. May change the way that I approach Harrisburg also. Now we're 10 days out. I'm not going to panic just yet. But I do want to make sure that everybody has a voice. Because I got to be, and you guys know this, but I'll say it again. If we head into Harrisburg and half or more of those buckets are not sold, then I'm not going to be bidding on as many horses. It's just the way it is. I can't do that. I have to be very careful with what I do heading into Harrisburg also. We've had a very, very good year on the track. We've had a very, very good year with our babies. And it looks so far like we've had a tremendous year at the sales. We already have Charleston's 3/4 brother. Now, Charleston is one of the favorites. It was Sylvia Hanover going in. She'll be first favorite. She'll be second favorite going into the Breeders' Crown final. Looked fantastic last week in her elimination. I believe she was a winner in 15-4, if I'm not mistaken. And we have her little brother, three-quarter brother. Charleston is a Down by the Seaside. Arson is a Captain Treacherous. Also, seeing my brother Mark win I was elated twofold with King of the North's Canadian record in victory in the Breeders' Crown elimination. Just a spectacular mile. I think 51-1, 51-3, 51-1, I think, in the Breeders' Crown elimination. Now we too have his. Wait, now he's a Walnut. No, half brother, half sister. We have King of the North's half sister in the barn in Ohio. That being Punch the Clock. So we've already established two very good bloodlines just in the last week, and I would suspect bolstered the value of both those horses, which is impressive in its own right. Now, none of that'll matter until next July. It won't matter till next July for Arson, as he's a colt, but it will most definitely matter at all times for Punch the Clock, as she is a filly. So we're off to a great sale season so far. Everything is going our way, so to speak. Very happy with the purchases we made. I always still find myself, I don't know if you guys do or not, going back, looking at the catalog and reassessing, the purchases we made, and whether it be Ohio, even Ontario with the two Pacers, and most definitely Lexington. Very, very happy with what I've seen thus far. We have shares left, and as I keep telling everybody, the shares left on the stable.ca are under my umbrella. So this is a time of year where things get tight for me, because we've had a good year. They've been super tight in the past. They're just tight right now. But those shares are under my umbrella. I'm forced to pay for those. I'm forced to carry those, and it's good and bad. We plan on putting a little stronger marketing and advertising platform together this year, and again, trying to do something we haven't been able to do in a few years, especially because of COVID, is reach down into the general public and explain the position of the stable.ca in regards to horse racing and what we offer entertainment-wise. So it is good to have that content, if you will. The first time ever it's happened for us was last season, towards the end of the summer. People were looking to get involved, and there just wasn't any content. There wasn't any horses available to purchase. So in that regard, I'm happy. Hopefully you're happy also with the horses that we purchased, but also the horses we still have available on the site. I keep going straight, right? Yes. I'm familiar with this area. But again, circling back to Harrisburg, I do want to make sure that we finish the year responsibly and properly. So anybody that wants to get involved with Harrisburg, drop me a line and let me know, or if you're interested in the buckets and how this is played out. I can't imagine there's anybody displeased or unhappy with the way the bucket situation has worked, either in Ontario or Lexington. And as I said, if you want to be involved with Harrisburg, let me know, because I too want to go to Harrisburg. But if there's not a lot of interest, then a lot less will be done in Pennsylvania this fall. So with that, I'll let you guys go. I hope you're having a great day. Although it's pouring rain, it's a little miserable. Obviously, I did not go to Ohio today. I looked at the forecast. Thankfully, my lovely wife said, "Have you looked at the forecast?" Which I did not. Pouring all day in Ohio today. So I'm not going to go over to Ohio today. I'm going to miss the qualifiers. I'm going to miss my race at My Sweet Mimi. I'm going to stick around here Thursday, maybe tomorrow night after my boy Patrick races. Maybe I'll get in the car and go to Northfield Park, because I can get up Friday morning, work with the babies, and then go to Indiana for Sweet on Pete and Purple Aura. It's about a 5-hour drive from Northfield, but it's a good 6.5 from Ontario. So with that, I'll let you guys go. As I said, hope you're having a great day. Sun will come up tomorrow, hopefully.